At American Heritage School of South Jordan, these are not just words on a chalkboard. They are what we instill into the hearts of our students every day. That is what makes us different. Just walking down the halls, you will see and feel the difference. Happy, energetic students, caring, engaged teachers, and an environment that allows each student to reach their greatest potential. You will see it most of all in the faces of the children. Children who are confident, intelligent, happy, courteous, and full of life.
It was actually my husband who decided this is where our kids need to go. He walked in the school and he saw the pictures of George Washington and all the great leaders of our nations and their history behind it all, and he could feel that there was something different here than public schools.
American Heritage really makes a difference in kids' lives. The opportunity to be surrounded by a strong, moral, and classical education environment creates really well-balanced and enthusiastic kids.
Where here at American Heritage, we want each child to be individual and to be able to love school and to love learning. And if you can get them excited about school and if you can help them to love it, they will love it for a lifetime.
What we do at American Heritage isn't an experiment. We have based our school on the bedrock of educational principles that have stood the test of time. American values, classical literature, exposure to the arts, personal responsibility, and a belief in God.
American Heritage Schools has a philosophy that I agree with, in that the important things that I think are important to them. That's the love of country, love of Constitution, love of our freedoms. And they teach these things, and they teach the children to have a respect and a love for these things.
But it's certainly okay to have faith here and to mention it and to study people who are great in our nation because of their faith.
I like the fact that it is a religious-based school, and yet it seems like the religious-based is more who you are and your character.
We have all heard about education getting back to the basics, 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic. Most schools consider this old-fashioned. Well, we like old-fashioned. We prefer to call it true and tested.
When you use classical literature to teach the children, what you're doing is you're setting up for them the ability or the opportunity to learn about great people and great characters.
American Heritage is a positive, safe environment for my children to learn, to love to learn.
We use a Thomas Jefferson education model where the teachers become the mentor, that rather than basically just coming from a textbook, they really try to help bring the education, the academics alive.
I can show them where to find that information, and I can show them the value of learning it. And I can support them in connecting that with things that are happening in their life today and the importance and the value. And that's mentoring. It's inspiring children to learn.
We want to be able to inspire them, light a fire under them, and just watch it burn. And as a teacher, that's what I want to do.
Obviously, we focus on the core subjects. We have all the basics. Reading, writing, arithmetic are very important to us here at American Heritage, but we have a lot more. When we talk about children developing their talents and finding out where their strengths are, you have to offer a lot of different classes in order for the students to find those strengths. We have things like guitar and orchestra and choir, and on the other side we have art and dance classes. We also offer things like computers and web design and database design, theater, yearbook. Again, we just have a myriad of options for students. If a child is being lost in another class, a class with 28 or 38 children, we have small class sizes. 16 is our maximum in preschool and kindergarten, and 20 is the maximum from 1st through 12th grade.
Our goal at American Heritage is to teach to the individual. Every child is unique and gifted in their own way. We create an environment where they can become their very best.
A child comes and isn't necessarily just moved along with the crowd, but they receive the kind of individual education that they need at the level that they need.
You know, I want my parents to be able to count on me as a teacher to say, you know what, your parents are right. They're teaching you correctly. And I think we need that as parents. If we're going to send our kids off somewhere, that they would be able to trust, we would be able to trust that the teachers are not undoing everything that we've been doing at home.
American Heritage students are just like any other children, laughing, playing, learning, growing. But by being American Heritage students, there is more.
There is a quiet confidence that these kids have. There's none of this nervousness about having to fit in or having to do the right thing, because they are accepted for who and what they are.
When we started, we saw immediate changes in our kids, and they were all for the good. They were all positive changes, and we said, that's it. We cannot give them less now that we know what's there.
It's what American Heritage is about, is children finding themselves here and finding their strengths and their successes and being able to build on those successes.
If you want your child to have the experience of the good old school days where reading and writing and arithmetic are taught to the tune of mutual cooperation and respect, with a large dose of love and affection thrown in, this is where you want to be.